Hello, John, Shopkeeper Artie. I'm with Keiko Tanabe, and the reason being is that we are going to be doing a brilliant plein air live from Italy, which we'll talk about in a few moments. But at the moment, Keiko's in her hometown of San Diego. How are you, Keiko?
Hi, John. I'm fine, thank you. It's good to see you.
It's lovely to see you as well. It's been a while since we've hosted you, and I know you've been jetting all around the world doing different workshops and events and things like that. And you were in Italy, I think, fairly recently, but you're returning there soon. Is that right?
Yes, I'm going back to Italy for the second time this year.
Wow, you just can't get enough of the place.
That's very true.
It's a beautiful, beautiful country. In fact,
It
I
is.
was with my family in Italy this summer, and it was absolutely. We went to
Oh, that's
Cinque
great.
Terre, and I did
Oh,
a.
I was there too, but just
Oh,
not the
there you
same
go.
time.
Oh, there you
Yeah.
go. Um, and so you're going back there, but then you're traveling to, in fact, to meet one of our co-hosts, Hazel, who has done some workshops with you, I think, in the past in person, um,
hmm
and she's persuaded you to uh, go over to her hometown of Cortona and do a plein air from there. Um, and so I wondered whether you could maybe give us a little bit more of your thoughts about what's special to you, not only about Italy, but also about painting plein air.
Okay. Yeah, so I met Hazel several years ago in my workshop, and then I saw her again for the second time. And I consider her to be my friend. And so she, like you said, she lived in Cortona. And then I happened to be teaching not so far away from Cortona in September. So we decided to meet up. And so in my next workshop with you, I'll be doing plein air from there. So plein air is, for me, is very natural because I paint mostly landscape and I love painting, not from a photo. I like to paint from life, whatever my subject matter happens to be. But since it's a landscape and I want to try different different types of landscape. So but that's part of the reason I travel a lot. But for me, what's most important when I paint is to capture a sense of place, sense of time that I'm experiencing at the moment. So that's why it's actually easier for me to do that in plein air. But anyway, places like Italy are very special because of the light and atmosphere that I mentioned, and also
Yes.
people and culture and everything. I just like whenever I'm in a place like that. I it's just I just feel I'm filled with joy just being there. I always say this: a painting is not just a recording of what you see. It has to represent you, represent who you are, what you're feeling. Therefore, it's kind of important for me to choose a place where I can feel myself, the person I am, without really pretending to be someone I'm not. And I feel Italy is one of those places where it allows me to do that.
Yeah. Yeah. Now, very shortly, we're going to take a look at one of Keiko's sketchbooks that she has very kindly agreed to just show us some of the sketches from Italy that she's done. So stay
Sure.
around for that. But first of all, I just wanted to explain how we're going to run this workshop. So obviously Hazel, our co-host, is going to be there. I'm going to be hosting it from the UK to make sure that the technology and what you see at home is the right picture. And we'll have a number of different cameras. So we'll have one on Keiko, we'll have one on her work, and we'll get probably going to have Hazel with a roaming camera so that we can send her off to show us different things if we want a little, maybe some different views. We're going to be in a quite a central location in Cortona that we've already mapped out with really good Wi-Fi as well, so that the picture quality will be very good. So the objective of this workshop is to try and transport you to Cortona, to make you feel like you're there in person, in this plein air workshop without you having to book a plane ticket and fly over there. So some of those things will be that we'll obviously start before the workshop begins. We'll maybe start, give you a bit of an introduction to the place where we're actually painting. We might send Hazel out with her roaming camera to have a look at some of the views, and then we'll select what view we're going to do, and Keiko can talk about that. Then we'll obviously make a start, and we'll go at the pace of you, the audience, and that's my job to make sure that we go at the right pace. And we'll split it into two halves. We'll have a midway break, and during that break, that'll give you, if you are painting along, the opportunity of taking a photo of your sketch or painting, depending on where we are at that stage, and sharing it online. And I'll give you the instructions on how to do that, and then Keiko will be able to have a look at that when we come back at the beginning of the second half, and we'll be able to show some of your paintings so that you can get a midway input in your painting, just like you would get in a real workshop, and Keiko would walk around and have a look at your paintings and maybe give you a bit of input. We can kind of do that in the middle of the workshop session, and then we'll continue with the plein air doing the same thing, and then hopefully by the end we'll have some fantastic pieces of work that you can share again online, and Keiko will be able to have a look at that after the workshop event, and give you some feedback and things like that. So it's going to be a really great comprehensive workshop. We're going to have loads and loads of fun. Knowing Hazel, there'll be a bit of chatter, no doubt, and it'll be great to hear all about Keiko's adventures from Tuscany. So it's going to be really fantastic. The price is £30, just £30 for the video recording, and you also get entry to the live webinar event as well, which you can choose to attend or not. Obviously it'd be great if you could be there, but I know sometimes you might not be able to make the date and time, but you'll get the recording all edited after the event. But if you want to take part in the real live event and have your paintings reviewed by Keiko midway and things like that, then you get that entry ticket as well. So it's a comprehensive ticket with everything included, and we'll obviously send you all the reference photos that you might need, recommended materials and things like that well in advance. Was there anything else there that I've missed, Keiko?
No, I think you covered everything. Sounds very good. I'd like to take the workshop.
Good. I'll give you a special price. I'll give you a special
All
price.
right.
Now, we've got on your board a little sketchbook. When you see Keiko's hand next to it, you'll get the idea of the scale. There we go. And maybe where is this sketchbook? How old is this sketchbook? Where has it come from, Keiko?
Well, like I said in the beginning of this interview, I was in Italy earlier this year, and that's when I used this sketchbook.
Brilliant.
So most of the sketches I did in Italy just a few months ago.
Wow. Well, I'm really looking forward to seeing some of the sketches, because I just love it's an opening into your mind sketchbook. So I love having a nosy. So thank you for sharing this with us.
Keiko's coming to Cortona, and I'm so excited. Her workshop will be so good. I've been to various courses with various artists and tutors, but Keiko is the only one I went back for twice. And also it was actually Keiko's email to me about one of her free 1-hour classes that introduced me in the first place to Shopkeep Arty. So I'm really looking forward to her workshop. Cortona is one of the most beautiful places I know. Keiko is one of the most talented artists I know. I could watch her paint all day. And also she is such a nice person. So I can't wait till it happens, and I hope you'll be there with us to paint along. I won't be painting along, sadly, but at least I'll be watching her paint.
Okay. Yeah, so the most of the sketches I use a pencil, so no color, but just like I said, outside I just want to capture the feel of the place. That's really the number one objective for me. And so, sometimes I have more time to do some color sketch, but usually I'm on the go always from one place to another. So I just do a quick sketch, and sometimes I sit outside cafe and I want to take a few minutes doing this. And so I was in Tuscany actually, not in Cortona, but so these sketches were done in Bologna and Florence and then in a rural area. So just quick capture. But
I
I
love
can
how
see,
you use the
without
whole.
colors, I still vividly remember colors. And I also take photos as well. So oftentimes when I want to come back from a trip, want to do a painting before the memories fade away, I just pick one of these sketches, and I can usually find a few photos I took at the same place. So I can combine all the images and to create a composition. And so these are great references, maybe more important than photos for me.
They capture the mood and the spirit, I guess, of the
Yeah,
of the scene.
exactly.
And I love how you by using both pages, it's almost like an incredible, almost like a panoramic crop of the scene, isn't it? It's very, very
Yes. And I also,
elongated.
using a sketchbook this way, or just one side, or
Yeah.
just, to try out a different kind of compositions. Once again, it's a pencil sketch. But what the pencils that I use, you can see they're slightly different colors, but usually I just pick one. They're water soluble pencil, which I love using when I want to do a quick sketch, because it literally takes few minutes. Well, maybe not few, but 5 to 10 minutes. I did some of my sketches of some of my students.
Oh, that's great.
Oh, this is actually Hazel.
Oh, is it?
Yes.
Brilliant, brilliant.
Well, yes, with the mask, sometimes we have to wear. So
Oh, that's lovely.
yeah, and I was also in Rome, and I did similar type of sketches. But like I said, it's filled with memories, and it's just one
Yes.
scene and one location. But I remember much more than this. But it's just recording something about what I that's thought appealing to me, brings back everything else. So I had to do something. And instead of taking a photo, I love doing a sketch, and it works better for me. The rest of the sketchbook, I was in Spain, so it's not Italy. So maybe
No.
I'll close.
Thank you so much for sharing that, Keiko. It was
You're very
really
welcome.
wonderful, and I really hope that you can join us for this upcoming workshop. It's going to be really fun, and I think we'll make our own memories from that 2 to 3 hour event. So please do see the link in the description, and that will take you to it so that you can sign up, and I hope to see you there. Thanks, Keiko.
Thank you, John. Thank you, everybody. Hope to see you soon.
Bye.
Bye-bye.